Folks, we return. We're back with my guys here. They were Bakugan, but now they are Baku back. They're back. They're Bakugan. I told you, I wrote it down. There was no way in hell I was forgetting that. So I think we still need to beat up 2 small children. Oh, yep, there they are. Alright.
My favorite game trope.
Target acquired. Small child. You thought I was joking. See? They are indeed small. They're really small.
Yeah, it's like that meme where they're just like, what would you do if there was a child right in front of you?
Punt.
Your character is only like 9. They must be like 4.
And yet they have...
So tiny.
And yet they control giant monsters.
Oh no. They also probably murder hundreds every time they get into a Bakugan brawl.
Well, considering we discussed the drome. just slams people into their walls.
Hey, at least this actually has like the kids actually look like the correct age.
Like, how do you mean? Like, what's the comparison here?
Well, you know, we've seen many a show or in media that, you know, I'll look at something like is it Simon Steven Universe? If someone told me he was like 15 or something.
I'm sorry, what?
Well, you know, it just looks like a perpetual kid. You know what I mean? Just like sometimes they don't accurately look like the ages they're supposed to.
Well, also consider the fact that Steven Universe doesn't really use reference sheets. They have, like, the bare bones rule of, like, A character is taller than B character, but is shorter than C character, you know what I mean?
Right.
Which definitely leads to some size inconsistencies that you don't really notice in the show, but, while you're watching it, I never noticed it, but if you, like, compare episode to episode, the size changes.
Interesting.
I know they actually did a good job showing like age progression when he is like 17 years old or something.
Is he 17?
He's considerably older towards the end of the series.
Well, yeah, but like in Steven Universe Future, I don't know how old he is, but I don't know, he didn't strike me as 7.
He's old enough to like drive a car.
Okay, so yeah, so you got me there. So
So do you have a power-up that makes it so you don't have to throw the discs?
oh yeah, I should have mentioned that. Well, during the break, I picked that up.
Oh.
Cuz that was
So good.
it is. It's so much better. I don't get as much juice, but it's more efficient.
Oh yeah.
So like I don't get as much juice per thing, but I'm definitely getting more things per.
Yeah, because then there's like you can pick up the ones that aren't super high value too.
Yeah, and then you get like more of them overall.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, so I've been playing my own profile for like the past couple of days, and I think I told you, I've been doing all the side quests for it. And, it's kind of jarring going back to this one in which my Bakugan are just so weak. Like, Trox here has, like, 500 health, whereas so I picked Howlcore in my other playthrough, and yeah, he has like over 1,000 health.
Oh, but you're also farther in.
That's
right?
yeah, I'm also farther, but still, he had like 800 when I was at this point.
You should probably heal Truck so he doesn't die on the next hit.
That's okay, his guy is light.
There you go.
There it is, folks, we did it.
I just freeze framed into like a ball.
Huh?
Pegasus supports the bears.
It does. It really I don't know why they chose orange as the primary color.
Yeah, it's a very contrasting.
Yeah.
But yeah, orange is literally the contrast to blue.
Well, it's a good like complementary color, or like it fits well with it. It just doesn't fit like the water theme.
Yeah, definitely. Which I feel like I like it. I like the combo of blue and orange, but I like it when the orange is a highlight on the Aqua Bakugan. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that is not a highlight. That's the friggin' secondary color. Heck, you.
Tell you that one time you had mentioned the Cubs, and I tell you one time I went to a CC's Pizza while wearing a Sox hat and a Cubs shirt. little guy, you're an big one.
I don't think we're allowed to say that word anymore.
What's the replacement?
It's a very good question.
Enigma?
Do you get the joke, Chris?
It is same, but the middle syllables say like more emphasis.
Yeah, but like...
It was a joke in Big Mouth. I thought it was funny.
Big Mouth.
Oh, I haven't seen that show in like forever.
I keep up with that show regularly.
Big Mouth, and for some reason I just couldn't do it.
Was it the art style?
No, I don't think it was the art style. I think something fundamental about the amount of cringe in it was too much for me.
Cringe, really?
I think it's super cringe.
I did not think it was cringy.
I didn't mind it, but
I watched the first couple episodes.
Oh, have you only seen the first episode?
What?
What? I'm sorry. What did you say?
I said I watched the first couple.
Ah, okay. That answers the question then. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it takes a while, but the writing actually does kind of get smart.
Oh,
And-
I'm sure.
Like
I've heard it spoken highly of for years now,
Yeah,
but
it's just the art style's god awful.
yeah, it's true. It's not my favorite thing to look at.
Have you seen the Funko Pops?
are Funko Pops in this?
Yeah, they have pop vinyls of them, and they're awful.
Yeah, look at this.
Place shouldn't have
Funko.
vinyls.
Because you take a character stylized like this, and then you like increase the style. The only ones that really look good are the monsters, and that's mostly because the monsters actually have just good designs overall. Yeah, I like that's the thing. I like Big Mouth, but not enough to add any merch of it to my room.
Yeah, I don't. Andrew, no.
I'll reference it.
Mustache.
Huh?
I put down a picture of the Andrew Funko Pop.
Oh, it's awful.
The hormone monsters are pretty good.
Oh yeah, the hormone monsters.
My only thing with the show is I was watching it and I thought it was funny, but I think I had anticipated it to be like a casual comedy. But the fact it has writing and it's one of those like I draw more towards comedies that have like I can randomly watch an episode without there being a story that I needed to know.
Oh, okay. All right.
But for the most part, I thought there were some instances that were fun. And they are tackling like a huge like sensitive topic of
Yeah.
portraying the puberty and the sexuality of like adolescent children.
Yeah. Which 100% if this show was live action, it would be canceled immediately.
Oh boy, yeah.
Heck, this show wouldn't even be greenlit if it was live action.
No, that's how you get cuties.
Yeah, that's I was trying to avoid it, but it's here, so now we can't avoid it. So.
Well, I mean, it's like that's like a.
Yeah, Big
one
Mouth.
and done.
Big Mouth is how you do that kind of concept right. Because with with Big Mouth, it is adult actors portraying children, so that way no actual children are being sexualized. Whereas in Cuties, they're trying to tell you how bad child sexualization is by sexualizing children.
Yeah, it's also the fact that all the other message was that the girl had to get out of her basically reject her tradition to go be sexualized the beauty competition. I don't even know what they're doing, but yeah, the fact that you have to reject your tradition because it's it's bad or whatever. Like that was the impression they're giving. I was like, that's no good.
There are some traditions that are definitely, stuck in their ways and could use some updating, and I can agree with that. However, if there's one that definitely needs to be set in stone, it's the fact you don't make kids sexy.
Yeah, that's pretty consistent.
You can call me a friggin', well, what's the word here, like a closed-minded guy or a conservative or whatever. I don't care. I don't want to see a kid twerking.
Yeah, that's why beauty pageants, like, I don't know, something about that like kind of creeps me out.
I don't know, those I think are fine because they're like, it's not a thing about like sex appeal, it's just like how pretty they look, which some might, it definitely invites some kind of people that are more inclined towards that, but
Also, younger beauty pageants, I think, are also very heavily focused on community service nowadays, too.
I don't know.
The dressing up and beauty thing is part of it, but they also have a large emphasis on, like, what are you doing in your community to make the world a better place?
Yeah. And I think I mentioned this in a previous episode, but I literally just watched this episode, but yeah, 8 to 12 years old I think is fine, because at that point the girls, like, they know what they're doing, they know what they most likely they want to be doing this, and if they don't, they can speak up. Whereas with like when it gets to like friggin' toddlers and dresses, I'm like,
Oh, yeah, that's strange.
the kid barely even knows what's going on, you know?
Yeah, what was the, you know that movie Little Miss Sunshine? Have you seen that one?
I have not. Is that a Shirley Temple?
It's Steve Carell is in it. It's basically a family goes on a road trip because they're to like a beauty pageant because their daughter wants to participate. It's like a comedy that's kind of, I think came out in like early 2000s or something.
Okay.
But when she's at the beauty pageant, there's a joke where, you know, because she's like, I'm doing this for my grandfather because their grandpa died on the way there. But, the grandfather was also a no pervert and stuff.
Oh.
When she handed her like a disc, it was like, you know, of like promiscuous music, and the joke also was there was a pedophile in the somewhere in the crowd. So when she was done doing her act, the pedophile everyone was silent, but the pedophile got up and was like, yeah.
Oh, dude. That's him, officer. Get him before he gets away.
He just singled himself out.
Yeah, right. And that's the problem. Like most of them aren't that stupid.
I know some laws that are just like, you know, oh yes, everyone else is trying to be accepting. This is our time, fellas.
It's like, aha, yeah, no.
Everyone just universally turns on them and just starts cracking their knuckles.
I think there was actually a thing where there was a small group of people advocating for that, and it's like love is love, and like one of the couples was like that, and I'm like, no.
I don't know what state it was, or basically like if you're ever involved or anything like that, that's like you get like the instant death penalty or something like that.
I mean, that would be in my
Yeah.
if I ran the world, that would probably be one of the first things I'd do.
I'm surprised it's not taken seriously enough.
Yeah. I mean, actually, it's funny that this conversation went in this direction naturally, because this actually relates to something that I found out recently. So, have you guys heard of he was a PokeTuber, it's called Silver August? Ran the Silver League network? What?
I have not.
Okay. So yeah, so he ran this, like, he ran an online Pokemon league called the Silver League, and he also had a YouTube channel in which he just kind of posted Pokemon stuff, you know? It's like top 10s. He did a series of like deep dives on certain Pokemon designs and lore and mythos and whatnot. And he was like one of my favorite YouTubers. I'd watch him a lot. And recently I was like, yeah, I wonder what he's been doing, because I haven't seen anything. And I look up the channel name, and the channel is gone. I'm like, huh, that's kind of weird. And I'm looking for the video, and maybe they changed the name. I'm looking up like all the stuff. I'm like, okay, nothing. Looked up the website, nothing. Looked for the Twitter, nothing. And but what I did find was a video talking about how the man himself apparently had a mishap with that. apparently he was in like a voice chat with a minor, and that's all the time we have, folks.
Well,
To hear the rest of the story, tune in next time.